Good morning. Before I call the meeting to order, a couple of housekeeping items. You've heard it before if you're a frequent visitor to our trust meetings. If you have a cell phone, if you would please silence it at this time, we'd greatly appreciate that. And then if you'd like to address the trustees at any time, if you would go outside and sign up out there for a sign-up sheet at the appropriate time in the agenda, you'll be called on. There will also be a time at the end of the meeting for general comments to be heard. So with that being said, let's call the meeting to order of the November 21st, 2019 Oklahoma City Airport Trust. First item on the agenda is to approve the agenda of the October 24th, 2019 Oklahoma City Airport Trust. We have a motion to approve and a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is approved. Next up, Director's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. And I want to point out that if you're a frequent visitor, that's not as good of benefits as if you have a frequent flyer miles. That's different. So
we're trying to build up demand for this, and then that's a counterproductive PR.
Thank you. I do have one comment. We are on the cusp of the holiday season, and, of course, Thanksgiving being next week. We have a little roadway project out at the airport that has us down to one single lane inbound on Terminal Drive from Southwest 54th Street to the terminal complex. Everything's been working very fine, but just if you are planning to travel this holiday season, Will Rogers might allow just a little extra time because it's going to be a little extra busy. That's all I have today.
Thank you, sir. Next item on our agenda, Will Rogers World Airport.
Thank you. Under Will Rogers, item A is to accept the completed project for the Parking Lot 1 Rehabilitation Project with CGC. Item B is accept the Thomas P. Stafford Building Boiler Replacement Project with Metropolitan AC Service Company. C is to approve and ratify addendum number 1 for the project to acquire an airfield lighting emergency generator. Receive the recommendation on the bids opened October 23rd and award the contract to Libra Electric Company for $939,369, approving contract and bonds. Item D is receive the recommendation for the bids opened on October 30th for the Hangar 9 West Side Roof Repairs Project at Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center. We're awarding the contract to Alva Roofing Company for $286,500, approving the contract and bonds. Item E is approve amendment number 2 with the Cowan Group Engineering LLC for our rehabilitation of the Terminal Access Roadway Project, an increase of $39,925. F is to approve amendment number 2 to our contract with Crossland Heavy Contractors Incorporated to rehabilitate the Terminal Access Roadway Phase 1 project. It's an increase of $55,052.75. Also approving change order number 2, increase of $29,082.35. Item G is approving change order 8 to our contract with Timberlake Construction Company for the Terminal Renovation and Expansion Project, increase of $345,673.57, and we're adding 22 calendar days. Item H is adopt the resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of a Genetec AutoView license plate inventory equipment utilizing city contract with Convergent Technologies LLC. This is in an estimated amount of $49,899.38. Item I is adopt the resolution authorizing the Oklahoma City Airport Trust to issue junior lien refunding bonds, taxable 34th series and one or more series or subseries in the aggregate principal amount of not to exceed $45 million. We're also asking you to authorize, execute, designate, and approve all things necessary related thereto to affect the issuance of the bonds. Item J is to approve the project manual submitted by Frankfurt Short Bruza Associates. This is for the Aviation Records Building Site Improvement Project at Mike Monroney, and authorize the advertisement for bids to be open on December 18th. Those are all the items for Will Rogers, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. You've heard the items for Will Rogers. What is the desire of the trustees? We have a motion and a second to approve. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is approved. Wiley Post Airport.
The only item for Wiley Post is to approve item A, which is amendment number 1 to our contract with Libra Electric Company for various airfield infrastructure repairs and improvements. It's a Phase 4 project on Sequence 2. It's an increase of $8,427. Request approval.
You've heard the item under Wiley Post.
Move approval.
We have a motion to approve. And a second. Any comments or questions? Please cast your votes. And it is approved. General.
Item A is to receive the delinquent accounts receivable report, construction project status report, and the budget taxable report as of October 31st. And item B is to approve amendment number 1 to our annual maintenance contract for painting repairs and maintenance with Cherokee Painting, LLC. This is their first renewal for a period of 1 year or a not to exceed amount of $300,000. This is for all 3 airports. Request approval for the general items.
You've heard the items under general. We have a motion to approve. A second. Any comments or questions? Please cast your votes. And it is approved. Lease and other agreements.
Item A is to approve a de-icing tank storage agreement with American Airlines that's retroactive to July 1. Item B is approve an amendment number 1 to the lease and operations agreement with the Oklahoma City Public Property Authority and the City of Oklahoma City. This is to confirm the square footage of the leased premises, modify ground rentals, and clarify other terms and conditions. We're also asking to approve the fuel storage facilities agreement with OCPPA and the City of Oklahoma City to allow for the construction, use, and operation of a related fuel storage facility on the leased premises at Will Rogers. Item C is approve the amendment number 1 to the contract with Air Projects Incorporated for additional and expanded airport food and beverage and retail concession services. Item D is approve supplement number 7 to the lease and concession agreement with Delaware North Companies. We are extending the agreement to August 31st, 2020 at Will Rogers. E is to approve supplement number 3 to the operations and maintenance services contract we have with Terrace Global. They are exercising the third of 3 one-year renewal periods they provide for the operations and maintenance services of our checked baggage inspection system at Will Rogers. Item F is approving supplement number 3 to the agreement with Linda James at Wiley Post Airport for the third of 4 one-year options to lease some property at Wiley Post Airport. Item G is approve the assignment and assumption agreement between Advantage OpCo LLC, doing business as Advantage Rent-A-Car, and EAN Holdings LLC to assign Advantage's rights, interests, titles, and obligations in the airport's on-airport rental car concession and lease agreement to EAN Holdings LLC at Will Rogers. Item H is approve the supplement number 1 to the lease and operations agreement with FC Oklahoma, Oklahoma Landlord, OK Landlord LLC. We're just confirming the primary lease period commencement per the lease, and it's retroactive to September 1, 2019. And last, item I is to approve a reimbursable agreement with the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust for Mike Maroney Aeronautical Center water and wastewater service transition improvements at Will Rogers. Those are all the leases and agreements, Mr. Chair.
You've heard the leases and agreements.
Move approval.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is done.
And item 8 requests the approving of the requisitions.
Move approval.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is so done. Next up then, comments from trustees. Seeing none.
I have one comment.
Yes,
Mr. Chairman.
all right.
I think you're within 1 minute of the record, so I want to congratulate you.
Are you going to stall?
You're 1 minute over.
Oh, okay. The record is safe for another month. All right, moving on to staff. Any staff like a comment time? Seeing none, any citizen wishing to be heard? No citizens to be heard?